From a product standpoint, what we're really looking to do there is to add automated functionality to our combine draper headers. So it can be really challenging for some of our producers to find skilled labor during the harvest season, especially where equipment's continuing to grow in size and complexity. It can be tough to find that right operator for the farm for an operation. And even for an experienced operator, they're under a lot of workload while they're running a combine harvester. So the operator is constantly monitoring things, making adjustments to the equipment to make sure it's running at peak performance. And by automating some of these tasks, we're really looking to take the workload off of experienced operators, let them focus on some of the more complex things that they'd like to do, and also allow people who are newer, who have less experience operating equipment, still operate at a high level of productivity. So ultimately, at the end of the day, what we're looking for is ensuring that our customers are getting the most out of their product. We'll call it a few different light bulb moments all strung together. We've got a lot of engineers and people that are on our R&D team that spend a hefty amount of time in the field. We do substantial field testing. So always thinking, always talking to customers, working through new ideas. But for us, this project, it really started out with those customer needs where you see more and more that labor becomes a challenge during the harvest season, and equipment's becoming really tough to operate at a high level. So we saw that clear need, which for us is usually where we want to initiate a project like this. The other piece is we're finally reaching a point with technology where the costs are starting to come down. Sensor performance is really strong. Performance of electronics continues to increase. So those two things are coming together where the concepts and ideas actually start to become viable as a product. And then the timing of the CAAIN program, it really aligned well with where our internal roadmap was and where we saw the product developing. One of the main challenges we've had is something that is not unique to technology. It's a problem we face in all of our mechanical development too, which is being able to account for a huge range of crops and conditions that our headers operate in. So when we're talking about automation, you need sensors and systems that are able to stand up to the ag environment day in and day out. And a lot of off-the-shelf sensors today aren't quite up to that task in terms of reliability yet. And then on top of that, you have to have automation that works in lodged and standing crops, heavy and light crop conditions, all sorts of different terrain, wet and dry ground. Not to mention you've got days where the wind blows from behind the combine on certain passes and you're basically operating in a cloud of chaff and dust. So all of those things are kind of edge cases that really challenge the automation. So for us, being able to find those, test in all those conditions, collect the data we need to continue developing the systems in those, and then you're working around short harvest windows all around the world, that really puts a lot of pressure on the development team. One of the biggest wins is really starting to understand the capabilities of some of the camera-based perception systems coupled with machine learning. It's extremely powerful. You can monitor and analyze a huge range of different things from a single camera, which has a lot of exciting potential. We've really helped develop our understanding of AI, what it takes to actually apply it to a practical ag application. And the most rewarding piece is definitely actually watching and seeing some of this functionality start to take that workload off of an operator during harvest. The support from CAAIN has really allowed us to speed up and add resources to this development. The project is big in scope. It's a big undertaking. So there's a lot of engineering, software programming, data collection, field testing that all goes into it to support it. So that's been a big advantage of having CAAIN support, being able to add the resources we need to pull this together and keep it moving forward at a good rate. It's also provided access to a whole network of companies that are really innovative. There's a lot of potential for shared knowledge there, building up new partnerships. And one of the most exciting things for us is it gives an opportunity to help draw some attention towards the automation and technology applications that are available in agriculture. So there's a lot of technology, a lot of talent that traditionally hasn't been focused in the ag space. So bringing attention to some of the applications in agriculture should pull in new people, fresh eyes, add some diversity, and new ways to solve some of these challenges and problems. Farmers will adopt solutions that work well for them, that solve a clear need, and ultimately support their endeavors, support what they're trying to do, and help their bottom line at the end of the day, help their profitability. So I think technology applications have a lot of opportunity, certainly in terms of helping some of the labor crunch, but making jobs easier, reducing the skilled labor requirement for operators. But I think ultimately, whatever form equipment takes and the technology applications can bring to equipment, they really open up the door for some innovation on the product development side, on the equipment side, and it basically leaves the future less certain. But I think for farmers, they'll come out on the winning end because ultimately they're the ones who will adopt what really suits the farm and really works for them. It is great to see CAAIN supporting, showcasing some of the innovations that Canadian companies are bringing into agriculture. There's a long history in Canada of ag manufacturers developing and manufacturing product for the global market. Really, Canada as a country is seen often as a leader in ag equipment manufacturing. So the support of CAAIN is really helping keep that foundation there and setting us up as Canadian companies well for the future. We're in an environment where technology is fast changing, equipment's evolving very quickly. So it's just so important that we all stay innovative. We're forward looking, looking to the future, and making sure our products continue to support our customers the best way we can.